Welcome to How We Heard It, the podcast about music, pop culture, movies, and more, with your hosts Wayne Bledsoe and Chuck Campbell.
See ya, this is Chuck Campbell with
Wayne Bledsoe, and
I'm John Baker.
See ya, that is Hungarian.
Okay.
I finally woke up and a couple of days ago and saw that little Hungarian flag there saying they planted their flag on our day. So that was cool. I've been waiting for that one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I know
we may have already had Hungarians, but that was the first time they were the first in on the day.
Well, that was a very simple word for...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, if you look at like how to say proper hello in Hungarian, it's kind of like, especially if you're talking to an older woman for some reason, but you say like, I wish for you a happy day and kiss on your hands. You know, but if you're just seeing someone casually or whatever, you say "see ya."
Interesting.
Seems like that's what you should say when you're leaving them. See
ya.
ya.
Well, you can. Yeah, they actually do say that when they're leaving too.
I ain't offering to kiss on anybody's hands. I'm sorry. It's not as
maybe
not in this post-COVID world.
A Zsa Zsa Gabor type, some old lady.
Well, not Zsa Zsa. Ava was different.
Gabor.
Yeah.
Okay. Zsa Zsa or Ava. All right. Well, so we are wrapping up 2025. Maybe taking a look at 2026 if we have time at the end. I got a few things that are supposed to come out. And I think we're kind of looking at a pretty traditional top albums or songs or movies or TV shows or any combination therein.
I didn't put mine in any kind of order, really.
I did put mine in order, but it's so fluid and it could have gone in any order, so and it feels freeing this time because in the past I used to have to go back through everything I'd reviewed and then what I hadn't reviewed but listened to, and I tried to avoid that. And then just rank those and just stressed over what should be 3 and what should be 4 and what should be 5, and now it's just like, whatever, it's like, here's some things I liked.
I just put things I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, you always stress about that sort of thing. I never really stressed about it at the end of the year. I'd have like 25 things and then I would just start picking them out and choosing them. And
well, let's see. You're kind of a lower stress guy than I am, aren't you? Why would this surprise anybody?
That's true.
Of course I stressed it more than you did.
But it was so funny because, we would both turn them into the Village Voice Paz and Job thing.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I'll be searching for something and that'll pop up.
Yeah.
And I'll go back and look and it's like, oh yeah, I still like all these albums.
Yeah. Well, mine stand the test of time. I would not change a single one.
I can't figure.
I couldn't even remember anything probably about it. You could give me the top 10 albums I had for any given year, and I might be able to remember the number one, but I couldn't peg the order for the others at all.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do that either. Probably.
Well, and we had to give it a certain amount of numbers. I mean, like it wasn't just 1 through 10. You have to give a percentage. They made it real complicated.
They did.
So.
But it was always interesting because I generally would wind up with like 8 national acts and then a couple of local acts. But it was honest and it was funny because one of our former editors before you became entertainment editor was kind of scoffing at me putting the V-Roy's debut album on there. And, oh, well, you just put this local band on. It's like, so I had to go find like 10 other critics who'd put it on their top 10.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, okay.
Oh, I thought that was cool, even if there wasn't anyone else, But you would pick out Knoxville artists. You did a great job for this city in covering music.
I appreciate that.
And you would give props to local acts, and there usually would be some other people around the country who had somehow heard them. So cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like everybody sort of acts like it's local. It can't be as good as this national stuff. And it's like my opinion was always, well, listen.
Right. Exactly.
You tell me if this is less.
Right. Okay. Well, I've got. If we want to start with movies or TV stuff,
you go. You figure it out. Well, I'll follow. John will we'll just back you up.
All right. I'm going to do the top 10 songs of 2025 from my humble standpoint, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about each one of them. And at number 10, I've got, now see, I had to kick someone out, but I'll get to that. But Alex Warren, he had a song called Ordinary, and Billboard called it the Song of Summer 2025. He's got a good voice and everything, and he was on one of those, American Idol shows, whatever, The Voice. And he had a rough childhood, and it's very earnest and sincere, but it's really cliche, you know. And I was like, I'm not going to put this one in.
Right.
And I thought, well, when I was 25 and still finding my way, you know, what he had been through. So the reason it got in is that I had another song, Lola Young's Messy. I had her in at number 7, I guess, originally. And then I realized it was really released in 2024, like in the summer. It just took till this year for it to become much of a hit in America. It's a great song. She's a British singer. It's real gritty and soulful. And it's just like coming back at this really emotionally abusive guy who just constantly puts her down. And she, no matter what, if she does something to try to compensate for something, he's putting her down again. But it's catchy and soulful. But going back to number 9, I've got Sabrina Carpenter, your favorite, with Man-Child. That was a fun, cute, playful song, kind of building her persona, her performance persona. And it was from her new album. She churns out a lot of albums, and they're not fantastic, but you know, it was one of the better songs. Nothing like Espresso from 2024.
Oh, I hate that.
Kendrick Lamar and SZA, I got that at number 8 with Luther. That song was it. I think it technically came out at the end of 24, but it didn't really get its traction until 2025, and it was number 1 for 23 weeks in a row on the R&B hip hop chart.
Wow.
23 weeks of this song. It's a great song. It's a romantic song. It's a tribute to Luther Vandross. They sound great together. I think Kendrick's the best rapper of our time, and SZA, she's pretty awesome too. Then I got 7. I'll just do the bottom 5. How about that?
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm dominating here. 7, I've got Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. And it's like one of those just bellowing, jacked up, you know, Lady Gaga songs, which is fine. She's really good at that. But this one, I thought deserved special recognition because it has this real gritty kind of apocalyptic kind of synthesizer kind of rise in it. But instead of just like using it for 4 or 5 seconds, she actually doubles down on how long it's in the chorus, and she uses it like 3 or 4 times. And normally when you get a little jolt like that in a song, it's just kind of like a little 5-second, 10-second thing. So she recognized something she had going there that was good. And 6, I'm going to put Benson Boone. He has a song called Mystical Magical. I've talked about him a lot. He's a real showman, and Taylor Swift called him that, and that's perfect because he's a big. And this song is like especially dramatic, and he's like it's funny, and he's like a big talker. And he's singing in falsetto a lot in it, and it's just about how great he is, and you're going to find this out when you hook up with him, and it's just a fun song. Cool. That's my bottom 5 songs.
I didn't write down any songs. I just wrote down some albums.
I'm such a song person. You guys know that. I hardly ever know much about a full album.
Well, you know, I'm about to retire from my day job, and after I do that, I'm going to like start tuning in more to what's new again.
Okay.
Because I just don't have the time to try to keep up anymore. Okay. Too busy in the daytime, too many things. It's like...
All right. Well, Olivia Rodrigo is going to have an album in 2026, so that's going to be one of your first assignments.
I got to get her old album first.
Well,
on music, I think Red and the Paper Flowers album, Appalachian Bell Jar. I keep going back to that, and I think it's
you're doing albums.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just said you're.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't have.
I zoned out. I got you.
Well, you know, she has a song, "Rise Up Appalachia." That's probably my favorite track off of that.
Okay.
But I think she did a great job. The whole band did a great job on that.
What did you say, Red and the Paper Flowers?
Yeah, Red and the Paper Flowers. Red used to be, it's Red Daughtry. She was on American Idol.
Okay.
And she was an English teacher here, and her students convinced her to try out for American Idol.
Okay.
And then inadvertently wound up losing an English teacher because she wound up
doing pretty well, huh?
Well, she went into music full time, and then she wound up. Her best friend was killed, and he owned Rush's Music. So now he left Rush's Music to Red. So she runs that, and also tries to keep her band together. And they managed to make a significant tour this year.
Cool.
But very good album.
Okay.
I've also, everything I've got here is local because that's what I've listened to. This Trisha Jean Brady, First Second Chance. That's whole album is really, really good. Okay. Lots of local players. Mike Armstrong produced it, and he has lots of like nice little music nerd things. She quotes a little kind of the end of the Byrds version of Bells of Rimney, or no, Chimes of Freedom.
Okay.
At the end of one of the songs, and it's like, as a music nerd, I really love hearing that little dee-dee-dee kind of thing she does at the end.
What was her name again?
Trisha Jean Brady.
She used to be in the Black Lilies.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then this is finally
she replaced what was it, Robinella or no?
Well, no, Robinella was never in the Black Lilies. She
performed with Cruz. Never mind.
Yeah, they were married. They broke up.
Yes,
but I can't remember the Leah Bullard. I think was the person who was the first.
Okay,
I think that was Bullard, Leah something. I'm sorry, I can't remember her last name.
That's all right.
Anyway, Trisha Jean was in the Naughty Knots and a lot of different bands, and she's really good. This finally hearing her release a solo album was great. Handsome the Humbles, and that Draw Some Blood. It's got some great songs, a couple about wrestling, and the covers about wrestling, and I drew the cover, so. And Mick Harrison, the high score, Peach Blossom Youth, and
I'm just talking about that one.
I think I just recommended it, so I won't go back into it. And then Jake Winstrom's album Razzmatazz, which starts off with a song called Exhausted, which is the exact opposite of Razzmatazz. But
I like the contrast, though.
But I keep going back to the opening song, Exhausted. It's just great, and he has a really unique singing style, and everybody thinks when they first hear him, they say, "Who is that woman?"
He's got a real high singing voice.
Yeah, but not as low speaking voice. Okay. But anyway, there you go.
Really good songwriter, though.
Really good songwriter, good singer, good performer overall. He's living in Brooklyn now.
Okay.
But anyway, so those are my recommendations for my favorite albums of the year this year.
Okay.
John?
Well, I don't know if some of these came out this year or not. Uh-huh. They're new to me.
That's fair.
Yep.
Well, one of them I know for a fact it's from 1999, but and I've talked about it ad nauseum, is that Kirsty MacColl Tropical Brainstorm.
Yeah, love that album.
I just keep coming back to it. It changed my whole outlook about music this year, and I just love it. There's one that I recommended a couple of episodes back, and it's a really good reading music, and it's called Dawn of MIDI. Okay. M-I-D-I, Dawn of MIDI, and when you look at them, you'd think jazz ensemble. It's a bass player, a drummer, and a pianist. But they don't. It's real cyclical. It goes around, and it's got a good beat to it, and it's kind of like Steve Reich or something like Philip Glass or something. It's real repetitive and cyclical, and it changes slowly over time.
Right.
It has like 10 songs ostensibly on it, but when you listen to it, the music never stops. So it just continues to evolve the whole time. So this one I know came out this year, and it was one of my favorite albums for the year, and it's a British band, Elbow, and it's called Audio Vertigo. It's the most rockin' out, and it's like their 14th record, I think, and most rockin' one they've had in a while. And my wife and I went and saw them in Washington, D.C. a couple of months back, and it was a fantastic show. They're just firing on all cylinders. And then one of my favorite bands is the Canadian band Sloan. And they just released an album maybe a month ago called Based on the Bestseller. They just keep writing great pop songs. I mean,
how long have they been together?
25 years, something like that. They've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
All original members. They all write. They all contribute. They switch up instruments on stage, but they just keep writing great Beatley, British invasion influenced pop music.
Are they Canadian?
Yes,
they
are.
Okay.
They're from Nova Scotia, but they're based out of Toronto now.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I guess I'll bounce back to the singles. This is what makes our show so great. Because now I'm going to talk about Taylor Swift.
Okay. All right.
Number 5, I've got The Fate of Ophelia. Uh-huh. What I like about that song is it has a real Lana Del Rey vibe, actually, in the beginning. And I'll talk about her a little more, but she's just very confident. She's just in a groove, and she's just knocking stuff out. And this year, she kind of took back from that heavy, intense, just overly complicated albums and songs and and her album this year was more just a collection of singles, like some people do. And
no 10-minute songs.
No, and no tour coming up. It's like she's obviously taken time to be with this football dude,
Right.
Travis Kelce.
Well, good for her.
But that's a good song, and I like that. When I first listened to it, she was singing Lana Del Rey's praises, I think last year at the Grammys, and she was on stage, and she's saying and Lana was kind of in the back of the stage, and she was like, she's tremendous. She's influenced so many of you. And Lana Del Rey looked like she just wanted to crawl away. But then this song came out. I thought that was interesting. Number 4, this is kind of a surprise, but for me, it makes sense. It's Audrey Hobart. I've talked about her before. She's a songwriter for Gracie Abrams, and then she decided to do her own album this year. She had this song called Sue Me, and it's insanely infectious, and that's just the main reason it's catchy. Her libido's fired up for her ex, and but it's one of those songs. I've got 2 songs on here that the rhythm of those songs started infiltrating my dreams, and it's like I had to stop listening to it because it was just in my sleep and just kind of going in the back of my mind. And it's just a real fluffy pop song, but got the hook, and that's key for singles. Number 3, I've got Bad Bunny, Nuevo Yol, and it's like it's a Puerto Rican tribute to New York, and like the chorus is, you just have to live. Well, it's all in Spanish, of course. You just have to live a summer in New York, and he uses salsa. He's got a lot of his, I think, what is it, dembo or something like that. But it has a sample of a Puerto Rican band, El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico, El Gran Combo de Puerto Rico. Anyway, it's a great salsa song. It's real recognizable, and he's using a sample of that, and it's just like really great, just flowing together. It's a fusion song, and his vocals are great. He mostly sings. People always call him Bad Bunny the rapper. It's like, well, you don't know much about him, I guess. But anyway, number 2, I've got Tate McRae. That's the other song that's like stuck in my head, and I'm not apologizing for this either. She's a Canadian singer. I've talked about this song before, Sports Car. It's just a sex-charged song. I won't apologize for it. It's got a tribute to the Pussycat Dolls and Yin Yang Twins, and it's got well-constructed, based on whispering vocals. And why are you laughing?
This is just like a perfect Chuck here.
Yeah.
This is like, let me write something just for Chuck.
Yeah, well, as soon as I heard it, I thought, oh, she's whispering. Oh, wait, that's the Pussycat. Oh, that's the Yin Yang Twins. Oh, my God. Oh, my, yeah. And it's just like, and she just like putting it all out there. And that's why she's always hinted and been flirty and everything. And this song is way more direct, and good for her. She can do that. My number 1 song's a song you guys probably know. It's Wet Leg, Catch These Fists. Yeah. Okay, that one's more, it's a rocker, and it's kind of a wonky, to me, it's like a tribute to Riot Girls. It just brings up that kind of chaotic, women and guitars and all that stuff. And the lead singer, Ryan Teasdale, she's got this real cool kind of vocal, and she's just basically challenging some dude that she's going to beat him up if he follows her to the club and messes with her when she's trying to dance with her friends. And it's such a great throwback, even though they're a very modern band. I think she's probably not even 30 yet or something like that. So that's my favorite song of the year. It wasn't really it was kind of alt rock compared to the more pop songs I got on here in Bad Bunny.
I'm glad there's some rockers still out there.
Yeah, there are, and
glad to see anybody that plays instruments.
Yeah, I don't even mind a few guitars. It's like I don't want them all banned. Do you all have more music, or am I just doing albums now?
I think that's all I have on music.
I've got Kathleen Edwards came out with a new album this year, Billionaire. It's really good. And this was new to me. A band called Nightmares on Wax. No. Nightmares on Wax. It's good reading music. It's like mashed together beats, and sometimes there's vocals, but it's not like they're singing. I mean, they're maybe just chanting words or something, but it sits in the background nicely when you're reading or something like that. So Nightmares on Wax, and there's an album called Smoker's Delight, 1999. It's new to me this year, so I liked it.
All right, I'm going to get my albums out of the way, and we can talk about movies. I'm sure we'll all be more equal on that one. But so my top 5 albums. Number 5, I've got Rosalia. She put an album out a couple of months ago, I think, called Lux. And Rosalia, she had one in, when was that? 2022 or 2021, Motomami. And I love that. It was a whole bunch of different genres and everything, and she's just all over the place. And she has this really weird vocal that I noticed on that album. It sounded like she kind of wobble her voice and stuff like that. This Lux is like classical music, and she's got a beautiful voice. It's like this, like a soprano or something like that. This high vocal that's really wonderful. Honestly, it's a little too theatrical for my taste, but I was glad after hearing Motomami that she just turned and did something far more focused and just demonstrated just what kind of voice she actually has. You know, she doesn't have I guess she was forcing the strange vocals in the previous album. And something of note, there's a song called, I think Bergan is the name of it. And her two guests on that song are Bjork and Yves Tumor. So the Icelandic, and Knoxville, Yves Tumor grew up in Knoxville. I think they're based in Paris now or something like that.
Yeah, someplace.
But it's cool. And Yves Tumor has a very kind of jarring kind of chorus in it too, which is funny. Really? Because considering the whole tone of the album. Number 4, I mentioned her before in the singles, Lady Gaga, Mayhem. When I gave a brief review on that, I said, this is just a Lady Gaga album. And it depends on where you are in her frame as to what your favorite album is. But she's just in a groove now, kind of like Taylor Swift, where she just turns out good albums. And they're not groundbreaking now because we know what she sounds like and we know what she can do. But still, if you listen to it, it's like, that's a good album. And so, and that had that abracadabra. And I put 3 next to her. Taylor Swift, same thing. She's in this groove. This new album she's got, it didn't make the Grammy cut to be nominated for Best Album. It might be nominated next year. But again, she's clearly... It's relaxed. I like that it feels relaxed. I like that listening to it, I don't feel like I have to know 100 million things about her personal life and everyone she's ever dated and everyone they've ever dated. You know, it just feels like you heard it, didn't you? Yeah. And it just... I
really like the production of it.
Yeah.
It's not overdone.
No, it's not overdone, and it's just songs. Like I say, she and Travis are making plans for their wedding, and good for her, but it's still like really good, even though it's like almost like a blow-off album, because it's just like, we need to cut one now so I can take some time off. And then number 2, I've got Lily Allen, West End Girl. I talked about her fairly recently. The thing about it's West End Girl is like a complete takedown of her husband, David Harbour. And she just blames him for everything in their divorce, his gaslighting, he's cheating on her, he's forcing her into an open relationship. And from what I can tell, a lot of this is like true, or at least her perspective of what's true. Yeah. And what gives it credibility is that she had an album in 2018 called No Shame, which was fantastic. And she took all the blame for that broken marriage. And it's like, well, if she's so free to take the blame, and she said she was sleeping around and doing drugs and just couldn't find herself and felt kind of bad for the guy. He was just a businessman. But I thought this one was it's more of a joke, but it's also like a full on onslaught on Harbour. I don't think it's as diverse as No Shame was, but it's still very dramatic. And my number 1 album is Bad Bunny.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. It's everything I like. It's like I like Latin music, and he's using all different kinds of Latin music. I like how his voice is coming out. He's got a real plaintive voice, and they do... they've used vocoders or stuff like that some on him, and it's part of the reggaeton kind of thing that he does. But there's salsa, there's rumba, there's bolero, there's all these different types of music and pop, and it feels modern with the electronic touches, and it's just all flowing. And his voice and Spanish, I've said before, I think Spanish and French and Italian, they just sound better than English does usually, And he's on top of his game. He's 31. Interesting, all my albums are people who are 31 to 40. Huh. So they're in, I guess that just seems to be the right groove to be. A lot of the singles that I mentioned were people in their 20s, So
right. Well, this is, used to be about half your albums would be people in their 20s.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this is great, and again, it's like I feel like it's unfortunate that he's caught up into this backlash against him when, he's a good guy and he's a good advocate and he represents Puerto Rico and he's an American. Yeah. And, he sings in Spanish, but, we've had a lot of different types of people in the Super Bowl before. It's just a really rough time that we're having with identity and conflict and
silliness. Just pure and silliness.
This is not a ploy or anything. He absolutely is at the top of his game. He's definitely one of the most performers that we have out there. And this is a great album, and it represents a pretty big community in America too, with all the Latin music.
Right.
And Latin music is so wonderful because there's so many different types, and this weaves a bunch of them together, kind of like Rosalia did. And she's from Spain, but like she did with her album a few years ago. So I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to the Super Bowl, and I hope people just let him be the artist he is and give him credit, and don't take him down.
Well, hopefully all that stuff's going to die down.
Yeah, hope so. Well, let's go on to TV and movies. Is that what we want to do?
Let's do that.
All right. Go for it.
All right. Well, I think probably the best movie I saw all year is One Battle After Another.
Okay.
Paul Thomas Anderson doing an action movie. And I normally hate action movies because they're just so stupid. People, the action hero can survive any damn thing that happens to him. But Leonardo DiCaprio looks hurt. A lot of times.
Hey, I've got it number 2 on my list.
What's the name of the movie?
One Battle After Another.
One Battle After Another.
It's based on a Thomas Pynchon novel called Vineland. And
Thomas Anderson's the director.
Right. He's the guy who did Boogie Nights, which I just bought a copy of Boogie Nights because it's like I want to watch that movie on a pretty regular basis just because it's such a good movie. But this is probably my second favorite of his movies after Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
It is a lot of action, but it's got a real cool, complicated little storyline that's going on. Lots of fun characters.
Yeah.
Lots of, it's 70s throwback sort of stuff. And it's just fun. I mean, it lasts.
I'm with you. It's like I wrote down there. It's a long movie. There are car chases. There are guns. All these things I don't want in movies.
Same here.
It all worked for me. It all worked for me with this one.
How do you see this movie?
Oh, it's probably on. I don't.
It's not at the theaters anymore, but it should be streamed. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be streaming.
Yeah. Okay. Just look her up. But, and it had a great supporting cast. I mean, Sean Penn's hard to describe his character.
It's funny because another one of the Paul Thomas's movies that's also based on a Thomas Pynchon novel, Inherent Vice, the Sean Penn character is a little bit like the Josh Brolin character in that, where he's like the tough guy that has got some real quirks.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. Very quirks.
But this is, most of the movies that I've seen this year that had an effect on me, they may be historical, but they really speak to what's going on in the country right now. And that one does.
Yeah, and it's not even set in the now.
No.
It's set I don't know. Well, the beginning was set, was it 90s?
I think it starts in 68, 69, and then it goes up 20 years.
Yeah, the upshot is that Leo DiCaprio is a radical activist. Yeah. And the main reason is he's not really all hard into it. The main reason is there's a really hot woman. Yeah. He's the leader of the group, and he's really into her. And she's like totally committed to it,
And he is in so many ways just completely clueless. And that's one of the things that I like about it. It's kind of like a Coen Brothers movie where, they know how stupid people are.
Yeah.
And so does Paul Thomas Anderson because it's the stupidity in here is like, yeah, I believe that.
He's like this stoner dude, and he's driven by his lust for the woman. Was that Tiana Taylor?
I think so.
And he just fumbles along, and he's kind of out of the game, and he's raising a daughter. And that's Chase Infante. She was great. She was like a teenager.
She's excellent.
And kind of took after her mom. But he can't remember passwords, and he can't get access unless he remembers stuff. And he's just bumbling. And a lot of these other people know what they're doing. And then you get the other side. But it's just a really good action movie.
Yeah.
And it's got personality, and it's got some brains, and it's funny. and it's got violence and death too, but it's a pretty cool movie, and one battle after another.
Yeah, and it keeps your interest.
Yeah,
you never get bored.
No, it's long.
Yeah, and
I'm saying it's long, and I didn't fall asleep in it, and I didn't get bored in it.
Well, I think my second favorite is probably Companion.
Okay, I've got that at number 5.
It's by the same folks who did name of the movie just went out of my head. Was the movie you and I?
It was Drew Hancock. It wasn't Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Okay,
yes, it's the Barbarian people.
Yeah, not a horror film really, but it's kind of a
science fiction.
But it's sort of horror, I guess, but not. Basically, this comes out early. Sophie Thatcher plays a robotic, I guess, companion to
basically a sex bot.
Yeah, a sex bot, but she also she wears clothes.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and she develops kind of a self-awareness, so she's trying to figure out how she fits into the world.
Well, that's the thing, is she doesn't at the outset know that she's a robot,
right?
And that's part of like when she finds that out early in the story. That's when everything starts to change.
Right. And she starts figuring out how she's wired and stuff like that.
And it's very clever. It's got a lot of very overt social commentary.
Yeah.
It's something that you talk about long after you've seen it and think about.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was really clever and just so much fun. It's got a lot of humor in it.
Yeah, it does.
How does one see this movie?
I think it is. I
saw it in the theater too.
I think it's on. I saw it in the theater too, but it's on HBO Max right now.
I didn't look up to see where any of these were streamed.
I didn't either.
If I saw them in the theaters,
but
it's probably on several formats.
It's at least on HBO right now. I think it was just added, so that's probably where it is.
Okay.
But anyway, it's clever, it's fun, and
Companion.
It's a great ride.
And Jack Quaid, is that Dennis Quaid's son?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, none of the characters. It's got that sort of revenge plot in it.
Yeah,
and those are always so much fun.
And she's not the only robotic companion either. And there's a group of them that are everybody's got their own agenda.
Yeah, but
whether they're robotic or not.
A lot of little secrets that come out throughout the course of this. So it's lots of good reveals, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
A satisfying ending, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What do you have?
Well, I don't know. Should I go with... I've got 10. 10, I put Naked Gun, the reboot with Liam Neeson. It was just funny, and a nice throwback to the old, stupid, goofy Leslie Nielsen Naked Gun movies. Like I say, it's got Liam Neeson, who fits the role perfectly. He's very funny. And Pam Anderson plays his girlfriend in it.
And they really became boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did. It's directed by Akiva Schaffer, so it's not the same people who did Naked Gun. But and I've got Begonia at number 9.
I don't think we've talked since you saw it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of like a comedy sci-fi.
Right.
I know you really liked it. It was your friend Yorgos Lanthimos. Is that
Yorgos Lanthimos.
Okay. I guess it's Greek.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. But anyway, it's Emma Stone plays like this super professional, no-nonsense businesswoman who's running some big company. And Jesse Plemons plays like this kind of conspiracy theorist guy who's been studying every kind of conspiracy online, and he decides that she's an alien, so he kidnaps her, and with his
doofus cousin.
Yeah, his doofus. I can't remember that guy's name, but and they're trying to force her to set up a meeting with her fellow aliens on the lunar eclipse or something like that. And she's trying everything she can to get out of it and get away from them and talk them down, and it's really. Weird turns and all that stuff, but it's comedy, sci-fi, but with action or thriller or
I guess more thriller. I mean, it's funny. I didn't laugh as much in this one as I normally do his films.
Yeah,
but I was more engrossed in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
and I mean, he's always got weird, uncomfortable things, and Jesse Plemons' character is really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, he is. He was great in this.
Yeah,
he's
terrific.
Kind of overshone Emma Stone even.
Yeah.
She was great. It's just that cold, calculating businesswoman, but he was like very mixed character. You know, he was kind of sympathetic and also really unlikable at the same time,
and really scary.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, the thing that I like so much about his Yorgos Lanthimos films is you can't really describe them. You just have to see it to really get it.
Yeah.
And some people are definitely not going to get it.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there were people who walked out of that film hating it.
Right. Yeah.
But, man, I totally dug it. I'm always in there for the ride. The Kinds of Kindness, his last film, I thought was a little more difficult than this one.
I didn't see that one.
It's longer. It's 3 stories. I like this as just one story, and it's got some little surprises all the way through it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought it was great.
Okay. Number 8, I've got History of Sound, which is kind of an indie film. Mm-hmm. It's a restrained, kind of historical, sort of a romance, a World War I set movie. This guy, Paul Mescal, plays this guy from Kentucky who goes to a music conservatory in New England, and he meets another guy, John O'Connor, plays him, and they're really into music and everything, and then they have like a fling, and they get together another time, and then he doesn't hear from him again, and he goes back to Kentucky and goes back to normal life, and he becomes a successful musician, but he's got this unresolved kind of what happened to this guy, you know, where did he go, why did he stop, you know, why did he stop answering me? So, but it's really great with the music because at one point they're going around Maine and they're gathering folk recordings, just like normal people, you know, poor people, whatever, singing folk songs, and the music is fantastic. And it's, but it's restrained. It's not like I said it when I talked about it. It's not like some big blow up gay romance with homophobes attacking them or anything like that. Right. It's sort of just you know, I think their bond was more important than the romance even. Yeah. Their friendship and similarities.
It's on my list. I haven't seen it
yet. Yeah. Do you want to do another one? You want me to, John, you got a movie you want to jump in with?
Yeah. Well, this one I know was from 2025. And
there we go.
I've mentioned it before, but it's Sunday Best, The Untold Story of Ed Sullivan.
Okay.
It's a documentary about Ed Sullivan, and it's just really fascinating. And that Ed Sullivan gave black artists a national audience long before any other TV show ever did. And the footage of some of the performances it's just amazing. And it's just definitely what a cultural icon Ed Sullivan was.
Right. I think a lot of people, I mean, even our age, don't know.
Oh, I know. I never saw the show.
I didn't see the show either. No.
Oh, well, I'm a couple of years older than you guys, but we watched
barely older. You're just like spiritually, you were.
I was aware. Really,
you were born in the 50s, I think, or even 40s spiritually.
But yeah, I mean, I remember watching it most every week, and it was always, you know, you'd get like a cool rock band or some act, and then you'd got a woman spinning plates and a dog act, you know.
Yeah. Truly a variety show.
It truly was a variety show.
Where are the plate spinning women of today? I mean, you know, we need
I wish we had some. Well, I don't know if you all. I can't remember if we just. I mean, I know I recommended it, but I can't remember if you all saw Eddington or not. The new Ari Aster film. The fellow who did Hereditary.
I couldn't watch it. Really? I tried watching it, and I just.
I really liked it. Pedro Pascal and Joaquin Phoenix are on the opposite sides of a situation.
Yeah.
And it actually is sort of an action film, too. It's kind of a crime drama, kind of an action film. Yeah. It's a political commentary. It all takes place during the...
That's Ari Aster, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's during the COVID year.
Yeah.
And it's a little town where you've got a guy running... Two people running for sheriff. The guy who's already sheriff and...
Right.
Or actually running for mayor. The sheriff's running for mayor. But it's one of those things where I like it because it's not so cut and dried on which side is the bad side.
Yeah, well, it seemed like everybody was kind of bad, and I don't remember anyone being. And you know how I am. I want someone. I don't have to have like a black and white hero, fantastic person, but I'm just like.
Oh, they're pretty much all assholes.
Yeah, and I needed someone to be. I needed someone to be redeemed at least halfway or something. It wasn't terrible. It was a good movie, but it was just taking a long time, and there were a lot of like long, deliberate scenes, and
No,
I was trying to watch it at home, and it was like the phone and the dog and everything.
Well, we rented
the pie
it
in the refrigerator
because I wanted to see it, and it was already left the theaters by the time I could see it. But I really like. I mean, I like movies sometimes where you don't like the characters.
You got a higher tolerance for assholes.
Well, what you do is you wait for them to get theirs.
Yeah,
once they get their comeuppance, then it's like, oh, this is satisfying.
Yeah, part of me thought I would go back to it and watch it eventually, because it's on one of the channels or one of the streaming services.
I think it's another one that's on HBO now.
Yeah,
but I highly recommend it. It's
I'm not downing. I'm not even contradicting you on that.
No, I know, but it is. I mean, it is long. It is very involved.
It was long too.
And you're not going to like these characters, but it has a pretty satisfying ending overall. And that's one of the things, like I said, when people get their comeuppance and have been a pain in the ass through the whole movie, it's like, oh, yeah, all right. But great acting, and it's fun.
I think...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was thinking about putting White Lotus... But the point on my list of things but the fatal flaw for me is what you just mentioned is like that every character in there has got they're just kind of icky.
Right.
I mean, it's like there was no pure innocent person.
No, not in that family, that North Carolina family. They were all terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it was one of my. I think it may be
I've
my
got it in my
favorite
TV
season.
shows.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've got it down for my TV shows.
It just made me kind of.
I can see that.
Feel like I needed to take a shower.
Oh yeah, they were all nasty.
Even Belinda, the woman who was in one, she was such a hero in the first one. But in this one, it was like, oh, wow, she just did the same thing that someone did to her in one. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I like that. I mean, it's more complicated. It's more like real life.
Yeah. I think I liked 2 better than 3. 2 was in Italy.
I did too.
And there were some, I love the prostitutes.
And I like the young ingenue who's the
Portia,
assistant. Yeah,
I liked her. She was very likable, and the son and
she wasn't icky.
No, she was. Yeah. But anyway,
well, let's see. I'm sure I've a pretty good feeling you have Weapons on your list.
I just dropped it.
You dropped it?
Yeah,
really?
I did. Yeah, it didn't hang around with me like I thought it should. I think it was like kind of the ending was a little. I had it down like in my list, and it made it to like my top 12, and then it was one of the last ones I cut just because it was a little disappointing at the ending to me, or it didn't. I don't know. I was thinking something more was happening than what it turned out to be. It was still good. Yeah. I'm not saying it wasn't a good movie, and I would go see it again. I would recommend it. Go ahead and tell.
Well, I mean, it's the. I'm sure people know about it. I mean, it's the story of a bunch of kids in this community from this one class all disappear one night. There's video footage of them, like, house cameras of them leaving at this specific time in the middle of the night.
Yeah. 3:17 was it, or something like that?
Something like that. And it's got a great, like montage of all these kids running out to George Harrison's song "Beware of Darkness," which is just weirdly beautiful and creepy at the same time. Yeah. But there's one boy who doesn't disappear.
A class of 30, and 29 of them disappeared in the middle of the night.
Right, and the one teacher, I can't remember the actress's name. She was Ruth on Ozark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she is the teacher, and everybody thinks she has something to do with this, and she doesn't.
But she's kind of, these people are all flawed also.
Right.
Maybe not as flawed as Eddington, but they're all, she's
an alcoholic.
Kind of weird. She drinks a lot, and she's just kind of like, it's almost like it hasn't really hit her what's happened, or she's kind of detached from it a little bit.
And then the story's told from like 5 different perspectives, 5 different characters.
Hers, the father of one of the kids, the principal.
Right, and
the kid that didn't participate.
Yeah, and then like the teenage boy, or he's
There was like a homeless guy.
Yeah, and you've got all those different perspectives, and you find out the actual person who knows the story and can tell what really happened is the little boy at the end.
Yeah,
and I thought it was just very clever and well done.
I was going to put it in, and I decided I didn't think I liked 20 Years Later that much, but then I decided at the last minute that I did like 20 Years Later because it stuck with me more. Did you see 28 Years Later?
Not yet. I'm going to have to stream that one.
Because that's the one that ended up getting back in and Weapons went out. And it's 28 Years Later, of course, is what's his name? Danny Boyle, director. And it's the same, it's based on the same, 28 days later and 28 months later. Anyway, an apocalyptic type of zombie apocalypse has happened, basically. And this is 28 years after it's happened, and it's more established, and like they found a way to isolate a lot of these zombie people on an island, and there are people on another island who are safe. But there's like a very rare occurrence where the tide goes down and you can walk from one island to the other. And I don't think the zombies are coming over to there, but the people, the live people, go over and kill zombies or whatever and learn how to kill them and keep them at bay and everything. And it's told from this like 12-year-old's perspective. And it takes a wild turn and something that you wouldn't expect, and it's real emotional, and it's a real strong, but it's I don't know how to explain it, but the emotion of that, which caught me off guard and which was kind of like a whole different story, kind of brought me in, and that's what I was thinking about more than Weapons when it all ended.
Interesting.
It's like the first part of 28 Years Later didn't compare to Weapons at all, but then the last part just had more of a gut punch, I guess.
Well, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I've got that at number 7. So,
well, I've got Nuremberg, which I just
just talked about
it the other day.
I haven't seen that yet.
And it's very pertinent to things going on right now and taking responsibility, and how just saying you're following orders does not excuse you.
Right.
And how people will do things for different reasons. But of course, it is the story of the Nazis who were put on trial. Most importantly, Hermann Goering, who was Hitler's number 2. And it's the story of how the trial came together, which there had never been a trial like this before, where you had these nations accusing another nation, or the people from another nation, of basically inciting war and all the horrors that they committed during during World War II against the Jews in particular. It's horrifying and it's interesting. Rami Malek is good in it. Michael Shannon is great as a Supreme Court justice who prosecuted, and Russell Crowe is actually really, really good as Hermann Goering.
All
right. I looked, and this movie was from 2024, but I saw it in 2025, and it was, I think, my favorite movie of the year, and that is Flow.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't actually get released until It didn't get in theaters here until 2025.
I didn't see it until 2025 either.
I just loved that movie. It's animated. The animation is incredible. It's the story of a cat trying to escape a flood. There's no words in the whole thing.
Nope.
There's just
it's a Latvian movie.
Yeah, a whole collection of different animals, and they each have their own personalities that really seem to correspond with what those animals are like. I mean, the dogs are big sort of frat bros. And,
the cat's like kind of suspicious of others and cautious, and
everybody gets along with a
capybara. Standoffish. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the lemur just is attracted to little shiny things and just constantly snatching shiny things up. Anyway, it really makes you feel something.
It's a good movie.
I thought it was fantastic, and it was my favorite movie of the year.
It was on my list, too. I thought it was great.
I think it won some kind of...
Best Animated
Best
Feature.
Animated, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was also nominated for foreign film.
Yeah, and it was made with some sort of open source software. Apparently, anybody can use this stuff.
And it took like years to get
it. It had a real distinct look to it, too. You know?
But it was beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of Japanese animation.
Right.
And, there's just so much that it just seems kind of flat and simple, and this was the opposite of that. It was
and
really
no people,
beautiful.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's such a just total animal pick, and
evidence.
How they have to deal with
there's evidence of people.
Yeah. There's evidence of people, but
and you do have to just suspend your disbelief, because I mean it's not you can't take it literally,
right?
But it's a great movie.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent too,
and anyone could like it.
Yeah. I mean, My grandson watched it without me.
Well, I can see how it could be a little scary.
Oh, he liked it. But, yeah, I mean, we just watched it. I just wanted to see it. I thought it was terrific. Sarah liked it, too.
And the bond amongst the animals was interesting, too. And it kind of reflected that kind of animal, because some of them, they were just like bonded. I think the capybara and the dog were fine with each other. The cat was just sort of situational, maybe bond, maybe not, don't count on me, but, and it was cool. I like that movie. I like the music and just the scenery. The flood was like really dramatic too, because it was kind of like a flash flood, kind of like really intense flood. That
and I saw it right when the Hurricane Helene was hitting North Carolina, and it just made it even more poignant to me.
Okay. At number 6, I've got Splitsville, which was, I've talked about it before. It's an offbeat kind of black comedy. I call it an older millennial kind of rom-com, because it's younger than Apatow or those people. Those were kind of like Gen X type comedies. And this one, the best part is this guy Kyle Marvin. It's about two couples who are trying to figure out what kind of relationships they have with each other. The director is Michelangelo Covina, and he plays the other man, who's with Dakota Johnson, not my favorite actress, but she's fine for this. And then Kyle Marvin is with Adria Arjona, and it's just funny and ridiculous. And the Kyle Marvin guy is just this likable kind of oaf, and he's doing anything to try to make things work. And I like it just because it has sort of a different spin on an old story, common movie theme, and just the things that happens, the things they do. And it's much more matter of fact and more akin to millennial kind of thinking, I think, than people who are a little older than that. Number 4, I've got Life of Chuck, which directed by Mike Flanagan. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, no, it's when Sarah and I were talking about this, she said, that was my favorite movie of the year by far.
Well, I've got it at number 4, and Tom Hiddleston plays Chuck in it, and it's got Mia Sara and Mark Hamill and a lot of people in it. And Chuck is this free-spirited guy, and he has kind of a positive impact on people around him. And the movie goes into, it's like told in 3 parts, and it's out of sequence. But it kind of gets into quantum physics and the interconnectedness that we all have, and how who you are to one person isn't the same as another person would see you, and vice versa. You see one person one way, and they see you another way. And
we're also in our own universes.
We're all in our own universes, yeah. And it's got kind of a sobering kind of, quality to it, too. But it's kind of just encouraging you to live your best life and be your best person. But it's
it's definitely the sweetest movie I saw all year long.
Sweet, but dark. I mean, it has that dark
It's dark,
edge.
but still, but the message of it overall is very sweet.
Yeah. I thought it was well acted. It's actually based on a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
So
how do you see it?
It'll be streaming, I'm sure. I haven't seen it where it is yet. But
I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah, I did too.
I didn't think to go back and look where these are now.
Well, we went to see it on Chuck's recommendation. It was like it's only going to be here another week, maybe.
My wife and I used to go see movies all the time, and I haven't been to a movie theater in years.
Well, it's gotten so expensive, but I go to a theater in Oak Ridge.
Half Price Tuesday.
Half Price Tuesday in Oak Ridge is half price of everybody else's half price already. Wow. So it's like
too bad Oak Ridge is too far for me, but
yeah, it's a good place for I make it out there. Well, I want to put in a plug because it flopped so badly at the theater. Is Springsteen Deliver Me From Nowhere, which I thought was excellent, and it was not what people wanted.
Right.
It was a very small.
I think the guy is kind of off-putting. The main guy. I think people just didn't like him, and they were not buying him from the get-go without even seeing the movie or without even seeing
because it's the guy from Bear, right?
Yeah. Which the Bear.
He's fine for the Bear, but I'm just saying him playing Springsteen. I think people just what I was seeing.
Well, I'm a big Springsteen fan, and I thought he was great. The thing that I think people couldn't handle is it's not like a big rock biopic. It's not big. Right. It's not flashy.
Isn't it about making Nebraska?
It's about making Nebraska, which was like a nervy thing to do, and he was having a kind of a psychological breakdown at the time, and created a masterpiece. But it's about kind of creative people and what they go through to get the vision they want, rather than just being a big flashy biopic on, he was, started out as this poor guy in the sticks or whatever and went on to become a big star. It's like, no, he's already established. He's about to make the leap to become a superstar. But this is just a moment in his life, and I thought it was beautiful.
I'm wondering if, because there's going to be a Michael Jackson biopic coming out next year, and it's like, I'm wondering if people are like, because we had Bob Dylan, of course, we had Elvis.
Right.
It's like, people really just want to see movies about these people from, it's like, there may be an overload of it. I don't know. Because when I saw it, it was like, I thought, I don't. And I like Springsteen, and I don't have anything against the Bear guy either. It's like, I don't want.
It's very quiet. And that is what people don't get. People think about the Queen movie, which I thought sucked.
Oh, yeah, that too, yeah.
But it's big, brassy thing, and it's.
Well, that's Springsteen's stock and trade is big, gigantic things, and that's why Nebraska was such a nervy thing to do.
Right. And it's like in these other biopics, like the Queen one, it's like it's historically totally inaccurate, and this one is accurate. It's like the Bob Dylan movie, which I liked a lot too. I want it to be accurate. I want it to show me something that other biopics don't show me, and both of those do. And they pick out small segments in time rather than showing somebody's whole life,
the whole story.
Right.
Well, at number 3, I've got Sinners. I don't know. You didn't.
I liked Sinners, but not as much as you.
It's like a blues movie meets a vampire movie.
Right.
And that's what I liked about it. It's like so much focus on blues. Like the first hour is mainly about blues and these two guys, these brothers, both played by Michael B. Jordan. They're twins. And they go back to it's in 1932, and they go back to the Mississippi Delta, and they're opening a juke joint. And it's a lot of blues and people singing and performing and all that. And then it becomes a vampire movie out of the blue. And it's just like real ambitious and different, And
a lot of fun. The thing I really liked about it is once you get to the vampire part is you get the Irish ancestry hillbillies from Appalachia who are down there.
What do you know? The hillbillies were the bad guys.
Well, they were the bad guys because they were vampires, but they were also kind of the good guys in a way because they were saying, they stole everything from us too.
Yeah.
And they were, even though they were attacking the black folks there, they really didn't dislike them. They were kind of in league with them.
Yeah, I guess it was just like you're a good guy until you're a vampire. You're just a vampire. You're just a bad guy by circumstance and not because you were inherently evil.
But they were so charming. The hillbilly vampires were just really...
Yeah, that couple was super nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's my favorite part of it is watching them.
And they're trying to get into the juke joint. Yeah. They're not going to let them in.
And that's just because they love music and they're making music outside. And I thought it was fun, but it didn't make my top 10.
That's fine.
It would have been close.
It's on HBO, isn't it?
That's where I saw it.
I saw that one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've got number 1. I've got Good Boy just because it was so different.
It was different.
It's very different. It's directed by Ben Leonberg, and he actually is the one who has. It's a story of a dog, and I'm also because I love the story because I thought of this story myself and never did anything with the idea. But it's a dog who can see ghosts, and it's totally told from the dog's standpoint, and the people are kind of not incidental, but you don't really even see the people because the dog is so critical. So the whole movie is from his perspective.
Including his dreams.
Yeah. The dog even has nightmares and stuff.
Right.
And I just love how into the dog mentality it got. It wasn't even the dog as seen by people. It's like, this is how the dog was thinking. And I'm a huge dog lover, and I had so much empathy with it. This dog was adorable, just like I love this dog every time you saw him, and I hated for him to be stressed or anything like that. So that's my number 1, just because I had never seen any movie like that before, and it just affected me I have more empathy for dogs in general than I do people anyway.
Right.
So it just really captured it for me. We want to plow through TV shows.
Well, actually, yeah, we're gonna
got to step it up here. I just got 5 TV shows for me.
One of the things we were talking about before we started is, for me, I actually like these TV shows better than I think I liked any of the movies I saw.
Okay. Well, spit it out then.
Well, first off, just because I haven't mentioned it before, is It, Welcome to Derry.
Okay.
Which I think is better than any of the It movies. And it's in the early 60s. It's showing sort of the origins. I mean, that's what we're going to find out. It's still going on right now, so I haven't gotten the end of it. But a bunch of talented kid actors, much spookier and more complicated than It ever was. Mm-hmm.
Is it a Stephen King?
Yeah, it's Stephen King. And, of course, that's the clown Pennywise. They made...
Yeah, I never saw it.
Well...
You don't like those.
You don't like horror
scary movies in general.
But the first version was made for TV with Tim Curry, and then the second version had one of the Skarsgårds as the Pennywise the clown. And so far, I've seen 4 episodes so far. Pennywise has only been just sort of briefly seen in the background, and I really like it. So I think,
it's not all about Pennywise.
Yeah. So I recommend that because it's been lots of fun so far. I hope it doesn't screw up at the end like The Last of Us did, which I would have been if it hadn't been for those. It's terrible.
Just didn't care.
The end was terrible.
Good.
Let me go on with one more. My other favorite, I think, was Alien Earth.
Okay. I got that at 4.
Which Alien Earth is, again, other than the first 2 Aliens, it's better than all of the sequels other than the first sequel.
And it's got different aliens. It's got all kinds of aliens from
You've
the
got
Alien saga. So it's not just the
you've
big
got
ones.
The xenomorph from the original Alien, but the other aliens they bring back are just as scary and sometimes more interesting.
Yep. It's set about 100 years in the future.
Right.
And there's like 5 companies that run the whole world. And so there's some uber wealthy, people that are controlling everything. And you've got people, and you've got 3 kinds of synthetic people. You've got the synthetics, and you got cyborgs, and then you've got hybrids. And the hybrids are kind of the focus of this story because they're a new thing, and it's these children who had terminal illnesses, and their souls were put into like young adult bodies.
Right.
And so they have more emotions and stuff, but they're a little quonky, and plus they still think like kids more or less.
Right.
And the actors do a great job acting
do.
like 11-year-olds in adult bodies.
Yeah. Yep.
But I thought that was tons and tons of fun.
Okay.
Anybody else want to take one?
I got Murderbot at number 5. That's Alexander Skarsgård. That one was on Apple TV. Oh, the Alien was on Hulu, right? It
was on Hulu, yeah. And FX. FX is where it premieres.
Okay. Alexander Skarsgård, he's kind of an old school robot, and a quirky group of researchers kind of adopt him. It's in the future because they have to have someone to protect him, and he has this kind of bond with him, but he's really a funny character. And it does have a season 2 coming up. There is a season 2 of Alien Earth coming up. I've got The English Teacher, which is on FX. I've got that at 3.
That's a great show.
Yeah, I think it's a great show. Brian Jordan Alvarez, season 2 showed in 2025. Season 1 was actually an earlier year, 2024 maybe. But Brian Jordan Alvarez is like the English teacher, and it's about him and his teacher cronies, and they're in Austin, Texas at a high school, and they got all these. The high school students are great characters.
Yeah,
they're just great characters. It's a great ensemble cast.
Really witty and funny.
Yeah, and Alvarez is in some kind of something going on, and it's not been renewed for season 3, so we may not see that one again. I've got The Chair Company at number 2. I talked about that. That's what shows after the Derry. Welcome to Derry, but it's shorter. It's only 30 minutes, and it's bizarre. This man in Ohio who just decides he's going to get to the root of this mysterious chair company, and the more he digs to find out about it, the more aloof and enigmatic the company is, and he's neurotic or something, and everybody in this show is like neurotic or psychotic. You just don't see it all at first. So the show, just every episode, it's amped up just how crazy it's getting and how weird everything's going. That's on HBO Max. I don't know if they're going to renew that or not. And finally, my favorite, like you mentioned, John, is The White Lotus season 3. I liked it better than season 1, but I didn't like it quite as well as the Italian season. And part of it, I guess, because I didn't like as many of the characters. I did like Walton Goggins' girlfriend, Amy Lou Wood. Yeah. I thought she was very charming, and I was really feeling for her mainly. And Jason Isaacs is in it from Harry Potter. Natasha Rothwell, she plays Belinda, who was in the first one and then in the third one. She was the good guy in the first one, but kind of mixed bag in this. But anyway, it's a great. Mike White is the one who directs it and everything. And they are filming. They are going to do a season 4, and I think they're going to start filming it in France. So cool. That'll be cool. That's the end of me for TV shows.
I got a couple just quick mentions. Again, I didn't go by any rules, so none of these are right. New. Well, there is a new season of Landman right now, and I really liked Landman. I think Billy Bob Thornton is just amazing. He's good at anything.
He's always good.
And also a British crime procedural that I've recommended before called Broadchurch. Okay. It's David Tennant and she's awesome, Olivia Colman.
Okay.
And it's a murder mystery that it's a child that gets murdered, and it stretches over a couple of seasons.
Oh wow! Okay.
And it's really good.
Okay.
Really well acted, and the people that are in the roles of all the different roles, they all just look like real people. It's not like they're blow-dried, beautiful people. They're just real. Some of them have bad British teeth, and and also one other one. It's old. It went for several. I think it went for like 7 seasons. But we just finished Young Sheldon. I know you don't like Chuck Lorre, but
Sarah does.
That show is just so sweet. It's funny. It's never snarky. It doesn't make you dislike people. It makes you. I mean, there's several episodes that almost made me cry. They were so nice and had such good heart to them. And that is a sequel to Big Bang Theory, but there's a sequel to Young Sheldon, called Georgie and Mandy's First Wedding.
Right, it's Sheldon's older brother, and his wife.
He's really funny.
Yeah, huh.
It's well done. We're in the middle of that now, and
cool.
Chuck Lorre he knows how to make a good sitcom.
Cool. Well, I've got a few. I'll try to go through fairly fast since we're
over here,
going over. Black Mirror. There was a new season of Black Mirror, and Black Mirror it's basically this era's Twilight Zone. It's every story makes you think. Sometimes, I generally can't watch more than one episode of Black Mirror in a week because they can be so disturbing. And the opening show of Black Mirror this year basically is a commentary on where the future of health insurance could go.
Okay.
And it is horrifying.
It's already pretty horrifying.
It is already horrifying, but this will just about. You'll want to cry at the end of it.
Okay.
But it's a great series, and it makes you think like nothing else does. Another one that makes you think is Severance. Season 2 of Severance was terrific, and of course, Severance is very Kafka-esque. It's people whose minds are split in two. You have the work you and the home you, and neither one remembers anything about what's going on with the other. And it just keeps like pulling threads. You learn a little bit more. It gets more interesting, and I can't wait for the next season because the season 2 was great and left us with a cliffhanger.
I started and watched one episode, and it was just too weird, and I could not get there.
Oh, it's dark, but man, is it interesting. But it really does.
My wife got into it. She really liked it.
It takes a couple of episodes, I think, before you do. But I'm hooked. South Park, the new season of South Park, has just been absolutely filthy and disgusting and wonderful.
Very bold.
They are no F's given. They are going after everybody that needs to be gone after, and they are relentless, and it is hilarious. The ice episode with Kristi Noem was
dog killer.
Oh my God! If you watch it, make sure you watch the credits, because in the credits she goes into a pet store and kills everything in the pet store.
I saw that. She was just killing dogs left and right.
But it is hilarious, and I love those guys. I hope they can do this forever because they are they skewer everybody. It may feel like they're just going after the right, but they go after the left and the middle, everybody. Then Pluribus, which is the new show by Vince Gilligan from Breaking Bad with Reese Horn. It's science fiction, and it is a story of she, for some reason, does not get infected by an alien virus that the aliens come into human bodies through this virus or whatever it is. It's through the air from kissing, whatever. And she's having to... And the aliens are all very, very nice.
Well, maybe we want them then.
Well, that's the thing. You're going to be watching the show thinking, well,
why do we want to eradicate that? Yeah.
But anyway...
Well, he knows how to tell a story, that's for sure.
Yeah, and there's a handful of people who didn't get affected around the globe, and you wonder why they didn't get affected. It's part of a mystery, and it's been fun so far. I haven't got to the end of it yet, but I think it's still going on. And then finally, The Bear, which I thought, I didn't think this season was as good as the last season, but it's a setup for something that's going to be really good next season.
There have been several episodes of that where I've said, I don't think I've ever seen television that good before.
Yeah, it is a great show.
Jamie Lee Curtis is just amazing.
Oh, my God, she is. So, I mean, and she can be so incredibly hateful and just infuriating, and then she breaks your heart.
Yeah. She reminds me of someone I know.
Really? Well, I think that she probably reminds a lot of people of somebody they know on that. It's just... But anyway,
and her face is just like craggy and cracked.
That's another thing.
That's how got in the last Halloween movie, a couple of Halloween movies. She's like the old grandmother, still fighting, Michael Myers.
That's one of the good things about her is, like, I mean, she's embraced all that. And she looks rough when she does these things, but gosh, she's a great actress. Yeah. I never realized how great of an actress until The Bear.
I'm going to do it real quick because I'm going to do super quick recommendations.
I'm not going to do any recommendations. I've already recommended everything.
Okay. All right. I was going to say we might look forward to things coming out, but just music real quick with Gorillaz, Oasis, Olivia Rodrigo, Peaches, Muse, Bruce Springsteen. They're all supposed to have albums out next year. Something I look forward to. When I looked at movies coming up next year, a whole bunch of superhero stuff I don't care about. A bunch of sequels. Some of them sound good, like Ready or Not, But I saw The Breadwinner, directed by Nate Bargatze. Nate. Why did I say Nate? Because we called him Matt. That. Nate Bargatze. He's directing that. Of course, Wuthering Heights, I just want to bring up because you would hate that because you hate Wuthering Heights. I hate Wuthering Heights. But it's got Margot Robbie in it and Jacob Elordi. And
these are movies coming up?
Yeah, in 2026. And The Odyssey with Matt Damon. I just always liked Homer.
Yeah, that might be good.
So that might be good. Greenland 2, also. The Gerard
you recommended that. I watched that.
That'd be interesting in its setup, but other things. Who cares? Recommendations? You don't have any?
I'm not doing it.
I got a music one. I got two music ones.
Okay, I got a movie and a music. I'll do my movie first, and we can go back and forth. Movie, I'm going to recommend The Roses comedy. It's Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. You just mentioned her. It came out a couple of months ago. It's just, they're like this 50-something-year-old couple. It gets it details their love at first sight, culmination of their relationship, and then it just shows how they kind of go in different directions. Their life takes them in different directions and how to raise the kids. The best part about it is both of them are great actors, and it's got a lot of that dry British humor. So even though it gets dark and darker, there's just something about it that's comforting in a way. And also, they're both kind of equally to blame. It's not like one of them has just been wronging the other one. They're both kind of snarky, mean drunks. Again, great British humor, but it's all about, again, it's The Roses, and it's got some it's not earth-shaking, it's got some laugh-out-loud scenes, and it's just the kind of movie I could watch with, like, my mom or my sister, or just to relax, if it's a cold winter day and it's on cable, you can spend an hour and a half with it or 2 hours with it.
Cool. I couldn't tell from the previews. The previews look funny, but it's like hard to tell.
It's not great, but it's the fact you got two really good actors, and you've got that dry British humor. Although they spar and kind of spike up too, and it gets crazy and out of hand. But it's not. I didn't like the War of the Roses or whatever that was. This is just classier, I guess. I don't know, and hilarious at times.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I got two albums just came out. We're recording this in November, so they'll be older albums by then.
Yeah.
But just discovered today a band that I've followed for a while called Midlake. I don't know if you've ever heard Midlake. They do these they're light, kind of strummy, jazz drum oriented, and sort of whispered vocals. Some people have said that they sound like Fleetwood Mac. I don't know if I hear that, but they just released an album called A Bridge to Far. Not too far. It's the T-O, so it's A Bridge to Far. And it just came out November 7th, so that's just 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And then also there's a band out of North Carolina, the Mayflies USA, and one of them has a Knoxville connection, and they've just put out a new album first of the month as well.
Cool.
It's called Kickless Kids, I think is what it's called.
All right. So this is rando, but 1992 there was a movie called Passion Fish. It was kind of an indie movie, I guess. It seemed popular back then, but people haven't seen it. But Mary McDonnell plays an actress who was in a car accident, I believe it was, and left in a wheelchair. And she goes back to her family home in Louisiana. And Alfre Woodard plays a nurse who takes care of her, and they kind of form this friendship, and the Mary McDonnell character is real bitter. But I'm not recommending the movie, I'm recommending the soundtrack, because it's
the movie's
awesome.
Good.
The soundtrack, the music is awesome. It's good Cajun music, and I've never recommended Cajun music before, but the La Danse de Mardi Gras, the first song on there by the Balfour Brothers, they're great fiddles
they're good
in that.
Good
and then that song is the main streamline of that. The main line of that is repeated in Bayou Night with a totally different tone and by a different actor, Stuart Shulman, and it's real haunting. I guess it's a night ride that they go on the bayou. Anyway, there's a bunch of good songs, a bunch of good Cajun music, and I just recommend the soundtrack for Passion Fish. And you can see the movie, too. It was a good movie.
Yeah, Mary McDonnell's awesome.
Yeah.
John Sayles directed that movie. I interviewed him when that movie came out.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
And it's his movies are always good. He did make one too, but Passion Fish is a much quieter movie.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, and I've the soundtrack just caught my ear, which was kind of out of the
surprising.
blue. And I know I've still got it in my hot CDs after all these years. For some reason, that one rides along, and I put it on. It's like that is a good album. So
interesting. Yeah,
go check it out. Okay, well, we're saying goodbye to 2025. Hello to 2026. Happy New Year to everybody. And we will be back with a different topic next time.
Send us an email.
What? Why don't you just... I always forget that. You remind... Okay, if you got any feedback for us, if you got any topic ideas or anything like that, you can write us at howweheardit@gmail.com. You can get us on any social media, How We Heard It on everything, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok still for some reason. I don't know why I keep doing that one, but anyway, and YouTube, of course, we have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, and we're individually on Facebook too, so you can
Oh, don't no.
What? You're not?
No, I am. I don't use mine much.
Okay. I use mine all the time.
Look up Wayne if you want to.
Yeah,
Wayne has his own website, too. WayneBledsoe.com.
That's right, I do.
He's a great artist and a good satirical, foul-mouthed writer, too. All right. We're taking too much time.
Okay.
Have a good New Year. Goodbye.
You've been listening to How We Heard It with Chuck Campbell and Wayne Bledsoe, a podcast about music, movies, art, culture, whatever it is that's on their mind. How We Heard It was recorded at the Arbor Studio in Knoxville, Tennessee by me, John Baker. How We Heard It is a Cozy Planet production. If listening to this podcast has given you a burning sensation, then we recommend you sit in a hot tub until your symptoms fade away. If you'd like to reach out to Chuck or Wayne or even me, you can send an email to howweheardit@gmail.com. So thank you for listening, and come on back and we'll have another episode for you next week.